You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good day, sir. How are you?
Doing all right.
All right. Good to have you here.
Doing all right. Well, it's good to be here. I don't really have many options left. So. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, we're glad you're a part of this. It's fun.
Harry Potter has a birthday today, and when I say Harry Potter, I'm referring to the actor who played Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he started that thing at 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
Played Harry Potter for 10 years through 8 films. Daniel Radcliffe is now 31.
He's no longer playing Harry Potter from the sounds of it.
I don't think so. And are there still books being? Is J.K. Rowling still cranking out Potter books?
I think she's still writing books.
I have no idea.
Okay, then if they go to film, I'm guessing, it would probably be another actor. Or they just show him as he ages. Who knows? I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guitarist for Guns N' Roses, Saul Hudson, is 55 today. We call him Slash.
All right.
Slash. Got a pair of nickels going. Slash.
I met Saul/Hudson.
Monica Lewinsky is 47 and apparently doing okay.
Nice.
Woody Harrelson made his bones bartending at Cheers, is 59.
I always thought it was funny that his character's name was Woody as well.
Well, kept it simple.
Kept it really easy that way.
Yeah, if I ever have another kid, which, hello, I really need one.
Yeah, you've been trying to buy one.
Or, just become like a cat woman or something. I'm naming them all Dan because that's just easy.
Oh, there you go. That is a lot
That
easier.
is easiest.
No confusion. It was this day, 1829, William Burt patents America's first typographer.
Oh, very nice.
We know it as the typewriter.
That's awesome.
Was cool about that, although others had been invented at that point. Burt's was the first built in America and actually the first one that worked properly.
Nice.
So American made.
Made in America, baby.
Yeah.
Did that have the QWERT typewriter like keyboard, or was it
You
still?
are so asking the wrong guy.
No, they used to be in alphabetical order. The keyboards did, and then I
have no idea.
The little keys would get stuck.
Well, I remember typing class in school when I went through school, but I never had to take it, so I really don't know that much about the whole typing.
Put a lot of thought into it.
I'm still the 2 index finger guy on my laptop. Doop, doop, doop.
So's John.
A lot of words when you're typing, you'll go back from right hand to left hand, right hand to left hand, and that's on purpose. So those back when it doesn't happen on a keyboard on a computer, but when there was a typewriter with the arms swinging up there, they didn't want those things getting hung up. Because if there's 2 of them that are next to each other, they just stick there. So
I'm sure William thought that through back in 1829.
Well, somebody did. I don't know if it was him.
1904, ice cream cone. Cone, the cone. That's right, created during the St. Louis.
Yes, it was the World Fair.
It was very hot.
Yeah, up till then they would just put a scoop in your hand and you just walked around.
I think it was a dish, but either way.
Trying to climb on the short bus. 1989, Fox TV tops rival networks ABC, CBS, and NBC for the first time ever.
1989.
What show do you think that was?
The Simpsons. Won
the ratings for that's what I thought till I dug into it. It was not, because that's another great guess.
What else did they have?
I can't. What was it?
It was John Walsh with America's Most Wanted.
It was a great show.
Really was.
Yep, for the first time ever. And the other networks went, we did not see that coming.
No, they did not.
So there you go. I know, now you know, now we all know, and away we go.
It is good to know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
The old Ranger hat and flash of the Ranger badge to you two. Always good to see you, Ricky. Hey, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, just a guess here, but I'm thinking you must really be into cheese.
Why?
Because you're looking Gouda. See what we did there? A little play on words.
Yeah. Nice.
Jesus. Hey, little radio rangers, stop screwing around. Time to gather around the old radio and get into a little critter knowledge. Nice. We've been working our way through the alphabet, and it's been a doozy of a ride, hasn't it?
It sure has.
According to my files, today brings us to the letter W.
W.
Which
nice.
essentially is two U's put together.
It is.
Looks
a
like
W.
V's, really.
And a W, depending on how you write it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good walrus?
Oh, love a walrus.
It's kind of big and slow and lumbery and fun and gosh, blubber and all that stuff going on
Like
there.
me.
Whew. You know what a wallaby is?
A wallaby.
Wallaby.
Wallaby. They're in Australia?
They are. They're almost like little teeny tiny kangaroos or something like that.
Huh. A wallaby.
All I know about them.
That's about all I know.
That's all I know. You got your wasp.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Not a fan.
Okay, let's move on.
Heidi got stung by a bunch of wasps.
Many times.
Take responsibility for your actions when animals attack.
Yes.
It's usually because people are doing dumb stuff. Wolves love a good wolf. You know, all dogs come from wolves.
Yes, they do.
I heard that once.
That's all there is to it. You got your basic woodchuck. One of my favorite Geico commercials where you
I
can
remember that. Yeah.
save up to 15% with just a phone call.
To a woodchuck?
Chucking wood. That's exactly right. You got whale sharks, which is a whale and a shark.
Holy cow, what was going on there?
I really don't know. Then you got your white tiger, which from what I'm seeing in the news is probably going to have to change its name. Which brings us to this little critter, weasels.
Oh, yeah.
Weasels, they're pretty complex little creatures. In fact, and I was not aware of this until I really did my research, weasels are actually part of the same family as ferrets, badgers, wolverines, and some species of skunk even. Yep, one big happy family. There are primarily 3 weasels that are indigenous or native to North America. That's where we are, including the long-tailed weasel. Then you got the short-tailed weasel.
Okay.
And then you've got another weasel, which is just indigenous to the swamp areas of Washington, D.C., the congressional weasel. And we're going to line it up with warthogs because I like them. The warthog, that is basically a regular hog with some kind of unfortunate skin condition. But also warthog happens to be the nickname for the United States Air Force's A-10 Thunderbolt II. That's a single-seat, twin-turbofan, engine-powered, straight-winged fighter jet.
Wow.
Which can fly almost to 500 miles an hour.
Wow.
Comes complete with a 7-barrel, 30-millimeter rotary cannon, making it perfect for anti-tank missions. And when you gotta fill a couple deer tags. That's all the time we have today. Radio Rangers, hope you learned something about animals to start with. W, I know I sure did. This is Ranger Dan saying out. Say it with me. Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time right now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris, and it looks like you got quite the pile of news over there. What are we going to talk about today?
There is a lot going on, but first I would like to welcome a brand new partner to Sunny 93.3, and that would be Andy and Stephanie Brown from CNC Food Factory.
Yay!
Nice people.
Oh, yeah, we rolled in. John and I, we visited them
yeah.
last week. The first thing they did is they laid down a couple sample donuts for
They're like,
us.
well, you got to try these. And I said, oh, we probably shouldn't.
And I'm
No,
like,
let's try them.
I'm like,
oh, man.
those are like okay, donuts. I'm like,
Yeah.
Donuts, but
They're baked.
holy cow, they're baked right on site.
And they look like
Yum.
a donut, but maybe just a little bit different. But they're really, oh my goodness,
Andy
they're
and
really
Stephanie's
good.
own recipes, and it was. I've got a lot of donuts in my life,
Me too.
but what you don't know is I snuck by there yesterday and snagged a brownie.
You were telling me about this.
I almost started crying.
Yeah, he was,
I had like a mental emotional breakdown,
you weren't in here when he was telling me about it, but when he was talking, he literally had to stop and take a deep breath.
and I
because
needed a tissue. It was that
Yeah.
good. It was.
That's awesome.
It was life affirming, is what it was.
I'm excited to make it over there and try a brownie one of these days.
Yeah,
But,
and,
donuts are delicious.
They happen to be beautifully ensconced at the Vera Wellness Center over there on Southeastern.
And it's an unusual place that you'd think of a donut shop, but that's why they have like healthier donuts or baked instead of fried. So
Well, they have
it's
lots
cool
of
stuff.
offering sandwiches
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah, neat place.
It's pretty fantastic. What is going on? One of my best friends in the world, we went to high school together in Worthing, Minnesota, Mayor Paul Tenhanklin
Yeah, it's
has
weird.
unleashed the 2021 budget, or an overview thereof. By the way, apparently the big deal, according to my friends at Kello and reporter Dan Santella, interactions between law enforcement and the public, as well as police accountability, have received considerable attention this year. Gosh, I must have missed that. Anyway, part of this budget has to do with the mayor wants to buy an additional 150 police body cameras.
Yeah, body cam.
I think now they have about 30 or so, but those are for specialty assignments, special police, that kind of thing. So all Sioux Falls police officers will be equipped with those. The story I'm reading here, it didn't give any price on that line and item as far as what we're talking about, but I looked into that. And really the average price of police issue body cameras, anywhere from, say, $130 up to $500.
So it all depends
Okay.
on if you're getting a good one or a not so good one.
So, yeah, the initial cost is going to be anywhere from, say, $20,000 to maybe $80,000.
Okay.
But then there's a monthly thing where that data has to be stored.
Oh.
Yeah.
Service, and that's per camera, and that can run
Wow.
$45, $50.
Wow.
Each. And that's each. So you're looking at additional maybe six figures a year just for that, plus other ancillary things to maintain. And
How long do
that
they
kind
have
of
to
thing.
store that? I could see if there was
I
an
really
incident.
don't know. I don't
like, our security cameras, I don't know how long it stays there, but I know I can go back like a week maybe. But
Well,
if
I
you know
wonder-
usually if there's an issue by then.
And is that thing constantly on while you're on duty, or you just switch it on when you're making?
I think it's
when
always
you're-
on.
I think it's always on.
Even when you're just driving around
think-
or
I
hanging
believe it's always
or-
on.
Yeah, I really don't.
They're
know
not going to
what
make a
policy
highlight
is.
reel out of that stuff, but you know I tell you what, I have three brother-in-laws that are law enforcement officers, and I know that that's something that they're glad to have because now it's no longer my word against your word.
Okay, so they like them.
From the time I've talked to at
I've heard it
least
come down
one of my
both
brother-in-laws
ways,
about
so.
it. And he said, you know, it's now that's what he said. He said the good news is it's no longer my word against their word. You
A
know,
lot
now
of times
it's
those
on record.
things have saved them.
Yeah,
Big time.
I just saw a video where there was you saw the body cam footage or the officer's camera of pulling a lady over, and his version of the story, you know, he wasn't telling the story. They shared the video because she had made a claim of something that didn't happen. And it was going viral because, you know, she was saying that she was, you know, treated poorly and everything else. And then that body cam footage was there and you got to watch it and go, wait, what are you talking about?
They're good. They're good for the officers, and I think it's really important that we give them to them, especially in this climate right now.
Well, and part of this budget, the mayor
protects everybody
also
involved.
Yeah.
wants to add another 5 police officers, which is cool.
Which is great.
Total overall proposed budget is $593.6 million.
Nice.
A bunch of it has to do with water reclamation, and I think we're building a new water tower or something. But I couldn't find anything in here about replacing my bridge over Skunk Creek at Dunham Park. So
And that's unfortunate.
Did they just decide they're not putting that bridge back
I
in?
really don't know, but culture and recreation, and apparently those two come together, and I assume this is the Parks and Rec's budget, part of it anyway, is earmarked at $44 million, or about 9% of the overall proposed budget. And I can't imagine $44 million that my bridge won't be replaced. So
Yeah, you'd hope that's in
That
there
bridge
somewhere.
should count as recreation.
Well, that's what it is, because
Yeah.
it's on the bike trail. It connects
It's to
two parts of the bike
recreate.
trail over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's all there is to that.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Yes, we shall, because it's
several-
less than 2 years till re-election, Mayor. And if I got to get on that path, oh, Lord.
So one of the things that I noticed in the budget, not because I was looking at the budget, but because I got pulled into a group, the Sioux Falls Municipal Band is not going to be funded for the next year. So there are people that are up in
Oh,
arms
wow.
over that. I didn't realize they were funded by the city, but apparently that makes sense. Sioux Falls
It's
Municipal Band.
right in the name.
Yeah, I guess, but they've been doing it for 100 years. So I don't know how much that required. I have no idea. I'm kind of confused about it. But there's a Facebook group. If you want to join it, reach out to me. I'll get you in there.
Well, there's uniforms, there's stipends, there's travel,
Yeah.
there's there's expenses for anything really.
Absolutely,
So
and it's cool. We've had them at the 4th of July event many years.
they've been in biz a whole long time.
A lot longer than we've been here. Well, Dan, thank you very much for that report, sir.
Absolutely.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. We've got some good news coming your way, and on the way, we're going to visit with a young lady who's planning the event happening in August. Going to be chatting with her. It's the Back the Blue event coming up in just a few weeks. All the details on the way.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And our bright spot of news today shines on a really cool event that's coming up next month. We've got on the line with us right now Allison Harris. Allison, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Now let's talk about this Back the Blue event that you put together for next month. And it's really cool. I see a lot of interest in this event. But how did you get interested in starting something like this?
Well, I've always been very open and very strong in supporting our police officers for everything they do for us, and I've just noticed there's a lot of anti-police movements going on in this country, and I don't think that's right, so standing up against it.
That's awesome. And so this is to back the good cops out there, because there's a lot of amazing police officers that do a great job every single day, and it's time to shine some light on them as well.
Correct, yes.
If people would like to go to this event, do they need to sign up ahead of time, or can they just show up that day?
It's totally open for people to just show up. I like seeing the numbers on my Facebook page, but I'm fine with people just coming. The more the merrier, in my opinion.
And now let's talk about the numbers on the Facebook page. There's several thousand people who have clicked on or that they're interested, and you've already got several hundred people who signed up and said that they're going. So that's got to make you feel really good that you're not the only one that's interested in this.
Yeah, I'm very excited to gather with everybody and Back the Blue in our group.
And I'm looking on the page here right now, and again, this is coming up Saturday, August 8th, so it's a long ways from now. And there's already, like I said, several thousand people who've said they're interested. It says on here that it'll start at 1 p.m. How long do you anticipate the event to go?
We are initially planning it from 1 to 3, but people can come anytime in between. We're probably going to clean it up by 3 o'clock.
Very nice. So if somebody does work till 1 or something, they could, if they got there by 2, they would still be able to be a part of it.
Oh, of course.
And one of the things that I like on the page, as I'm kind of reading through this, it says right here, it says, this rally is not to get violent. And I love that you're putting right on there. You're kind of explaining to people, here's what this is and here's what this is not. So I'm going to let you say kind of in your own words, what is this event?
It's mostly just to support the good cops that are out there, because there's been a lot of anti-police narrative as far as, yes, there's been some bad cops, but the good cops are getting punished for what those bad cops have done as well. And I think it's important to show the good cops that we still got their back, that we still support and respect everything they do for us.
Absolutely. If people would like to go, again, the event is coming up on Saturday, August 8th at 1 p.m., and you said it should go till somewhere around 3 p.m. Where is this event if people would like to go?
It's going to be right down at the police department. We're just going to gather on the 4th Street sidewalk in front of the department, and then the Minnesota Street sidewalk west of the department.
And again, you got a permit to kind of take that whole area there, which is awesome. And I hope that from the looks of it, almost 4,000 people interested now and almost 500 people that have clicked going. I got a feeling you'll probably fill that space up pretty well.
Yeah, we might even get permitted for more at this point.
That is really, really cool. Now let's talk a little bit about what you're getting ready to do, because we chatted about this before the interview. I think this is really cool. You're actually getting ready to start a career in law enforcement. So this is really near and dear to you, isn't it?
Yes.
What was it that made you decide that this is what I want to do with the rest of my life?
I've always loved cops and respected everything they did, and I've always wanted either a career in military or police, and I decided that I want to protect and serve people on our home front, so I really want to be a police officer for that reason.
Well, I thank you very much for all that you're doing to help Back the Blue. And again, this event is called Sioux Falls Area Back the Blue Rally. and it's going to be held right by the Sioux Falls Police Department Saturday, August 8th at 1 p.m. We're actually planning on being there, and I look forward to meeting you in person. We've talked a couple times over the phone, but I look forward to meeting you in person. Thank you again for all that you're doing to put this together.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on for this interview.
Absolutely. And again, the event is coming up in a few weeks now. It is Saturday, August the 8th at 1 p.m. All of the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio and also at facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And our bright spot of news is brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris. Is that better?
Hey, cats and kittens. Celebrities, you know what? I think you do.
They're fabulous.
They're pretty fabulous.
He told me not so much fanfare.
Oh,
I did. I said, "Hey, let's rein this in."
Hard to live up to that. He said,
"It is. The pressure is just insane." I'm sure, like a lot of people and me, you've been wondering these past few years, really, what the heck's going on with Paris Hilton?
Oh, what is going on?
I have been wondering. It keeps me up at night.
We just talked about it the other night. Neither of us knew.
I'm glad you asked. Oh, man, the emails and the phone calls and private messages and everything else is just absolutely crazy.
We got a fax for you right here about it.
I know.
How?
You know, she is an heiress.
Oh, really?
Well, her grandfather's Conrad Hilton.
Okay.
The hotel chain.
Oh, yeah.
Got a YouTube documentary special coming up. It's been produced, titled "This Is Paris."
Huh.
Paris says she really kind of struggled through this thing, had a hard time looking back at her childhood. In fact, it still haunts her to this day.
Oh, wow.
Hilton, 39 years of age these days, says that This Is Paris will explore the heiress's past and delve into the many traumas of her life, as well as how she became the person we know her as today.
Nice. We all wondered.
Yes, we did.
Quote from Miss Hilton: "While I was doing this, I was shaking. I was nervous. It was hard to even eat because my stomach is just like, turning. I don't know. It's something that's very personal and not something I like talking about." Oh. Which is why I'm splashing it all over my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed message
Which
there.
is where it's at. Paris, as you may or may not, I don't believe she's ever been married, has she?
I have no idea.
No, she's been involved with this guy, that guy, whatever the case may be. Got famous for being famous, essentially. Again, hotel heir. She currently has a net worth of $100 million. She did a little jail time.
Really?
Oh, she did?
For being a lunatic, yeah. She had a couple weeks in the slam back.
For what?
I don't remember that.
I think it was just a situation where, a little liquored up and being a spaz and stuff like that. And judge finally went, "You're going to cool your heels for a while.
You go to jail for being liquored up and being a spaz?
Yeah, but that made her even a bigger hero because the first thing she did, I don't think she'd even been out for a day, and she was on the Letterman show talking about it. So,
okay.
So there you go.
She learned her lesson, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, she's pushing 40 now and probably wondering what life is all about. But then she ends this interview with saying, "I think when people see this film, they're really going to see a different side of me than they've ever seen before. Because I honestly didn't even know who I was."
Oh, wow.
Until now.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad she found herself while making this film.
I guess.
Is there a side of her that we haven't seen? Because if I remember correctly, there was a tape that kind of showed every side of her. But
oh, yeah, that whole thing.
I didn't watch any of that stuff.
I don't know. She's like anybody else, man. I wish her the best.
I do, too.
Absolutely.
I hope she pulls her life together and does something good. Think about this. The position she's in, she could do some really good things. She's financially in a position where she could really kind of do whatever she wants to do. If she chose to do something positive, that would be a really, really good thing. So.
Maybe she doesn't. It just doesn't get press.
That could be.
I have no idea, but again, falls into that Hilton money, and I've said it before, and I have started a support group. You can find it on my Facebook page.
Yeah,
it's
for wayward billionaire daughters.
No, for people who wish their parents would have worked harder.
Well, Dan, thank you for that.
My pleasure.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. The equities market got a double shot of good news on Tuesday that pushed the S&P 500 to a new post-correction high. The first news was word from Washington, D.C. concerning the COVID-19 pandemic and possible vaccines. The federal government inked a deal with Pfizer worth $1.95 billion for up to 100 million doses of a yet-to-be-approved treatment. Under the terms of the deal, the government could purchase an additional 500 million doses if needed. The second news comes from Capitol Hill. Lawmakers let it be known that right and left-wing negotiations had moved closer to another stimulus bill. Under the new bill, Republican lawmakers would be willing to extend the previously passed $600 a week unemployment to December, but at a lower rate. Regardless of the details, investors cheered the news as it means additional support for the economy until a vaccine is approved. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.